Yeah. Okay. So, big incest book. And
That's
go.
our intro.
Recording?
That's the intro.
That's the intro.
That's how you want to do it.
That's
We're
the
recording?
intro.
There's a good reason why people don't watch this or
People,
listen. To
hey,
this stuff.
we actually got more viewers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe
Maybe you should do a real.
Well, Chris, why don't you do one of your raps as our little intro here?
No, you can't copy our stuff.
It's not copying. If you do it, it's your creative property there.
That's TM.
Oh, that's trademarked. Yeah.
what you gonna get?
That
You
is
gonna get fucking?
intellectual.
Are we gonna get DMCR'd?
DMCA?
DMCR? You knew what I was talking about, right?
No.
Yeah, I did, but you still did it wrong.
Yeah.
I'm your brother. I'm your brother, so I kind of know. Like, I'm like, I know where he's going with this.
But he's an idiot.
Yeah.
I get it, guys. If we're recording now, listen, for the record, I'm pretty dumb. Welcome to Casual Outlaws.
Welcome to Casual Outlaws. Yes. So what was the name of the book again? A Little Hatred.
A little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie. Huh? Is that in focus?
It's in focus. It's just your white balance is all off.
I don't give a shit. It's a book.
Says the guy who wants to be a videographer. He doesn't give a shit about the white balance.
Because I'm with you guys. This is just bullshit.
Howdy, boys and girls. Welcome back to Casual Outlaws. This is episode XXX. Today we're going to talk about A Little Hatred by Joe Abercrombie.
See, the idea is we just do such a bad job until Chris's just inner monologue forces him to do the intro.
He's just like, he's over here in his mind, just like, these motherfuckers need to shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. Welcome to Casual Outlaws.
Chris really is the Yaru Sulfur of this group, don't you think? Like, just getting all the work done.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know. A Little Hatred. I had a lot of fun. Like, this was
It was a good book.
I just gotta say one thing about it.
You made out with your sister, man.
I had to have that queued up.
That was
dude,
gross.
When you find that out, like in that moment, and she's just like,
oh no, dude, you didn't
suck this cock.
Wait, hold on. No, that's when you found out that was her brother?
Oh no, you're talking about like in the beginning of the book. That was when it clicked. And I was just like, oh, wait a minute. Like,
oh no, like the first
I'll
like
read a book and I forget
that audio clip.
Like, oh,
I've had that audio clip queued up since that first time when they were fucking in the beginning of the book.
Yeah, yep. I was like, please don't let him do it. Please. All right.
Yeah, you know they're going to do it. You know they're going to go that way.
Yeah.
I was like, I kind of know how this author kind of operates by now. And that's definitely happening.
Yeah.
You made out with your sister, man.
Like that scene from Eurotrip was just in my mind for like a solid 2 days.
That was good. But the whole clip of her, like her realizing it, was hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good scene.
It was
sad and heartbreaking.
Nah.
It's one of those things where I wasn't really sure like how they were going to react. It feels like a very 20th, 21st century kind of reaction to potential like incest, like because like throughout most of the history, like with the Habsburgs and things like that, like this kind of thing isn't the most unheard of, right?
Yeah, well, I don't think it was like siblings were okay. I think it was like, cousins is what the Habsburgs.
No, royal family stuff bad. Like that's the thing that does happen to keep it in the book.
But usually it's cousins, not brothers and sisters or half brothers and half sisters.
Well, they're half brothers and half sisters, so it's not. Yeah, they're not direct siblings in a way.
And so therefore, I was half expecting for them to, like, when they were talking about marriage, for it to actually go through.
Say fuck it.
Just do it.
Like
Game of Thrones, right?
Just go full Targaryen and just let them marry each other.
Listen. I've been inside you already, so fuck it.
Yeah, like
at least he didn't get her pregnant.
Whatever, you're my sister, okay?
Yeah, I feel that type of way. You feel that type of way. Our genitals feel the type of way.
I I mean, considering the amount of like economic power that she seems to have,
Yeah.
like it would make a lot of sense to try and buck the like nobility factor of it, even though she would be like the firstborn. She would be considered the firstborn daughter of a noble, right? In term for Glocta at that time. So I don't think it would be an issue socially.
Everyone, and pretty much everyone who's anyone knows that Glocta kind of wields the power there anyway.
In a way.
Yeah.
In the back. Behind the scenes.
That's why I said anyone who's anyone.
Yeah.
Also, what was with the rampant cocaine use in this book?
Dude, there was so much cocaine being done. It was great.
Well, I don't think modern drug control policy has been invented.
It's
yet.
just like you don't hear anything about it, and then all of a sudden it's just cocaine's everywhere. So this is like the 80s of that that world.
Well, no, because I mean, cocoa powder or coca was like a drug that was taken from Central America, like around this same time frame. Like, I think, I forgot to actually look this up. I wanted to look up when Watt was born. Because there's one guy in here. So, like, the term Watt was from like a actual scientist's last name, right? And like, he invented the steam engine, and like the first thing he used the steam engine to do was to pump water out of mines. So there's that one character in the Solar Society who's like talking about, I have this invention to pump water out of mines. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that should give us like an exact time frame of when this story's kind of taken place. But I forgot to look up when the guy was born.
I don't want to say
James
it's a when the story's kind of taking place, because it's clearly not in the same world in any way, shape, or form as us.
Well, it gives you like a timetable of development. So like James Watt was born in 1736, died at 1819. So we're talking like maybe like just start of the 1800s, like the beginning, like sort of the beginning first era of the Industrial Revolution. Like if they're at the same level of technology where they're pumping water out of mines, you know, that's only a very short stone's throw away from the first steam engines.
Nerd.
Yeah, that's what a big part of this book was.
Also, but what does that have to do with cocaine?
Because during that time frame, cocaine became a prevalent thing.
Yeah, like
not cocaine in the form we know it. I'm pretty sure it was more of just like, hey, we can make things out of these leaves or chew these leaves, right? But like the powder form,
time, right?
I'm pretty sure that was not then. They
didn't say it was cocaine though, right?
No, they did. It's just we assume it's cocaine. They call it pearl dust.
You do opium as powder also.
The pearl dust. They mention it in the book, like when they take it and the like the eyes would glazed over. And there was like a burning sensation. And it's like, oh, they're getting fucking high. They're getting loaded right now.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like it's a very, in terms of like, if you're going to look at industrial revolutionary timeframes, it isn't unheard of to have like these influx of drugs be like brought into the populace as part of like quackery science. Cause that's during like the era, like the late or the mid, I don't know. This whole era is rife with like medical nonsense. Because there wasn't really any firm definition of what medicine is, right?
Or science.
Yeah, bunch of nerd shit.
Nerd.
Yeah.
Hold on, Nate's looking something up.
I was looking for what that dude's name was in that chapter. I'm trying to find.
Oh, from the Solar Society?
Yeah.
I don't know. She makes fun.
All right. So how do we? Any bad parts? Any bad parts?
The middle of the book was like very slow.
Yeah, the middle of the book dragged on for me a little bit.
I was fucking hoping the lion got killed in the circle. I wanted the wolf to win, just because he was being a pompous asshole, and I was just like, you know what? I like this asshole because he's an asshole.
Can you remind me from the first trilogy who Dan Brock was?
Wasn't he?
He was. I believe Dan Brock was the family. I think Dan Brock was the family that got cast out because they didn't vote or they didn't back Dan Luther when Baez basically told
they
him.
paired up with.
Yeah, that's why they keep mentioning his grandfather
Southerners.
was like a treasonous individual.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to remember. Like I mentioned that like his grandfather was a traitor, and I was like,
Yeah,
wait, when
he was part of his family was part of the Open Council.
I was trying to remember the timelines because everything's like a generation later. So
yeah,
It's about
I can't remember that far back.
yeah.
Yeah, just a couple weeks ago.
It was kind of fun in the beginning. I really enjoyed like, oh, who is this the daughter of? Like, especially,
by the way, the name of that character Burger is Casper Dan Ehrenhorn.
Yeah, Aaron Horm.
And Glock did too. He was in the other ones, right? Is this the same guy though?
Yes, Sandan Glock.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. It was the same. You know, he's all fucked up. And people,
and
blah, blah, blah.
and his daughter, which is not really his daughter.
Yeah,
which
not really his daughter.
yeah, but he protects her like his daughter.
Yeah.
I
liked his parts in the book.
I mean, how can you not like Glock's parts in it?
He was barely in it though.
Yeah, but when he was there, it's always good.
But it was really cool because it gave you that whole and like the endless mentioning of the Bloody Nine.
You kept hoping it would just pop up somewhere.
I was just like,
I'm just like waiting. I'm like
100%. I was like, and then like their whole battle in the circle. I'm like, bro, watch this motherfucker just come up and kill both of them.
Would make no sense whatsoever. But
no sense. But you know what? One can dream.
Well,
or just like a
I mean,
snippet of him like watching from the background and just being like, these guys are fucking weak.
I mean, the Lion had to win, right? Because we're trying to bank on what's her face having prophecy or whatever, which is really cool. I like
the wolf guy though. What's his name?
You like the wolf guy? He's so shitty.
Yeah, he's kind of piece of shit.
What was it? Scoon or Scown? What was
Scour.
Scour Nightfall.
Because they really had to scour the bottom of the barrel to just come up with him.
Yeah. He's a piece of shit. I think he's gonna end up stabbing the. I don't know.
Well, he killed his uncle. We know that.
I killed all the people.
He's a douchebag. But this douchebag I just like his whole.
Like his whole aesthetic.
He just like his zero fucks behavior.
Yeah.
Like he definitely seems try hard. He's like, no, I'm gonna get a pig to fuck her, and then we're gonna do this to her, and then that to her.
These guys are just like
extreme.
Nate, I gotta ask, are you on Wi-Fi?
No.
Oh, because your video just keeps getting all fuzzy.
Yeah, it is what it is.
That's just because
it is crappy internet.
My crappy internet, which will be Cox internet fiber.
You finally got it. Oh, that's the sidebar. Let's move on. That's a total sidebar.
That's a long con. I'm gonna work for them so I get cheaper internet.
No, he's like, I'm gonna do the hookup to the apartment complex myself.
No, we're just gonna be moving soon. But fuck that. All right, enough of that.
All right. No, I kind of enjoyed the whole thing. If I'm honest, like I liked sort of like this like weird Oliver Twist like story. The plight of the commons versus nobility. Got kind of dark in there.
Kind of.
I don't know. Yeah.
Only slightly.
A bit dark. It wasn't. There was a happy ending. There was only 200 people executed. Like Jesus. Okay, we can.
And they were peasants anyway.
Like it's a good number to raise your eyebrow to.
Yeah.
200 people's a significant number.
I like how the four main characters just switch sexual partners. Just a little swinging action going on.
A bunch of love triangle stuff.
Well, that's more of a square because it's 4 points.
We're a triangle.
Did we didn't give like a little breakdown of like.
No, we didn't. We just went right into.
You made out with your sister, man.
We had to get to it. We had to get to the juice.
God, I actually feel bad for that guy. The Prince boy guy.
Orso,
yeah. Because he's just like, he doesn't know why she left him. And he's just like, oh.
Yeah, I was waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I was like, no, he's just going to be oblivious.
Yeah, it kind of surprised me how they played it. I thought that she would at least like have the courage to like dump him face to face.
I think with all the shit that happened to her, like
I think
she's all fucked up in her
the
own
other
head
thing is
anyways.
that like Orso consistently described as no one like the only person who truly likes him besides his dad is Savine. Like everybody else basically just is like, oh no, he's a fuck up, he's a screw up, he's gonna be a terrible goddamn king, all that shit. So she's probably just like, man, I really don't want to give him this other blow on top of everybody else already treating him like a piece of shit. So she's just like, I'm just gonna ghost him.
Well, because she's in that mindset, like she wants to see him succeed. That's why she's always giving him that positive advice and everything, and all the conflicts he was.
She gave him all that money to raise that army, you know, with no strings.
Burger, by the way, we're fucking idiots because I could have just looked at the cover and said set in the Industrial fucking Revolution.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like this is the cusp of it.
Yeah.
But like I'm just saying that like you can use
the cusp of the Industrial Revolution.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I was just thinking of like exactly what I know from James Watt, and being able to date it to a specific like exact kind of time period to think of. The biggest kind of shock to me is they've made it this far with like absolutely no guns.
Like, they have the blasting powder.
They have blasting powder, and they've kind of started getting cannons going. But I don't know. It feels like an oversight almost. But
well, did cannons not come before firearms?
Well, the first cannons were still kind of like a fuse or flintlock trigger, right?
But the whole idea was like the personnel firearms were like, all right, let's take this big design we have that seems pretty effective. Let's make it smaller.
It's much easier to forge like a simple barrel than it is to cast a cannon that's strong enough to withstand pressures. So like I think some of the first like were like simple pipes that were like sealed on one end, and then they would like load powder and shot, and then that was used as like an experiment, like the earliest versions of guns.
Still like a howitzer?
I just like a potato gun.
I don't think they're going to bring
kind of
guns into it yet. And even if they didn't, I think it makes sense because like they have like, so yeah, it's Industrial Revolution and stuff like that. But yeah, we're technically in a world of like magic. So maybe their strength isn't.
Yeah, but magic's pretty. They
don't really anybody other than
Yeah.
Baez, like who
And
has
then-
his magic cube.
And Richter, because she's got the long eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did like those parts, like when she's like seeing the
Ghosts.
everything about whatever she's ghosts and everything, and how it's like kind of fucking with her when she's like meeting with that one dude and sees the pirate ship.
Oh no,
and all
when
these
when she's in that like
crazy.
council meeting and she's like, what the fuck's going on? And then she's like, that's what that, and then the guy just walks in and it immediately clicks.
Yeah, magic's pretty sparse in this universe, which is. I
But
think, a
also,
good thing.
aren't they still kind of recovering from like a consistent amount of just, or not a consistent amount, but a consistent like just generation of just, all right, we just finished the war with the Gurkish, and now we got some issues with the Styrians over here, and then all that shit. So like,
It's 30
I'm
years
wondering,
later, they've lost 2 wars since the end of the book.
they're basically bankrupt because they can't afford to do shit.
Well, they aren't really bankrupt per se.
So much as
'cause it's just that. So like the book kind of goes over the tragedy of the commons, which is when common people started losing access to public lands, and you see capital taking over and basically consuming what was previously common space. So I forget. I don't. My English history is really bad. But basically, like at some point in England, the crown had tried to exert so much force on the lords that the lords rebelled, and then that's when you got like the Magna Carta, which kind of gave rights to everyday citizens, but was mostly only about power for lords. Like it named like specific rights. And then a couple hundred years go by, and then you get to like Cromwell era. I don't know. And basically it's like this weird contention with the monarchy and nobles trying to like fight each other in the middle of this like industrial revolution kind of time frame. Although when was Cromwell?
Nerd.
Anyway, what I was thinking is that like they're just so
1653 to 1658. So this is like post Cromwell. Okay.
they're just so like they're spread so thin that they're really not paying a lot of attention to hey let's come up with better weapons.
Well, they need them. Sounds like
That's
they need
what
'em.
that's what Baez is for. I'm telling you, Baez gonna do some shit.
He's just gonna
He's
blow
in
shit up.
play. Baez in play now.
Got his own little Manhattan project going on over on the west of the world.
Yeah, he's gonna.
Meteor.
I'm pretty sure some shit's gonna go down. He'll probably. I'm thinking. I wouldn't be surprised he introduces some like technology or schematics for the Union,
Or summoning meteors with magic.
right? Because he had that conversation. I can't remember who it was, but he's like, so and so didn't listen to me. So and so didn't listen.
Oh,
to
that
me,
was
blah,
with
blah,
with
blah.
Ricka.
Oh, it's yeah.
He's talking to Ricka.
Yeah, so no one's listening to him. So he's like, I guess I have to come back. I guess.
This is the
Well,
is
are
Wayne
you
Brady
gonna
gonna have to
listen?
choke a bitch era?
Yeah.
And then he chokes the king out.
Yeah, so he's like, all right, I got to give you guys an advantage to win some wars.
Yeah. He does seem I'm really hoping somehow commoners are able to kill Baez. That's what I'm really hoping for at the end of this trilogy.
I can see him dying. Yeah, getting killed by
Yeah.
the end of it.
Nah, man, Logan Nine Fingers just comes out of nowhere, old as shit, bloody
very well
nines
could be.
Baez.
Then
Very well
200
could be.
Then 200 is a small number compared to how much fucking havoc he could
The
wreak.
guy with tattoos on his knuckles, is he somebody from the original set that we know
I
of?
don't believe so. I think he's just some dude that they're just like,
Okay.
yeah, this guy fights really good, and he has like a temper issue, but he comes from like farming stock.
That sounded very Bloody Nine to me. What
Yeah.
I wasn't sure because like Andy was talking about there being some kind of like sequel books that focused on Logan Nine Fingers.
There was
I wasn't
one
sure
with
if he like
kind of Logan in it.
Oh,
yeah. So I was wondering if he got like amnesia and then woke up on a sheep farm and then thought he was a sheep farmer for generations and then like decided to go back into war somehow.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not the same guy.
no, I think
Probably not.
what Logan probably went, this is my out. Like, this is, I can actually have peace. I have no more responsibility. They think I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go over here, live off the land.
Yeah. He
Maybe
adopts a
have a kid.
family and all that stuff.
Yeah, like that was his chance to be free.
Yeah.
It was like trouble finds Logan.
Yeah, like also this the Broad, like I'm pretty sure they would have called attention to his massively scarred face if it was Logan, you know, with in some kind of fugue state, thinking he's someone else.
Maybe. Yeah. I didn't really think it, but like at the same time I'm like, well maybe because the guy just like gets blind angry and just beats the shit out of people. Maybe there was like some
And he's
kind of
really good
amnesia.
at it. But the thing is,
And he's really good at it.
Logan was really good at killing people, but he did it at his own expense. He was taking all that damage. Broad doesn't seem to take damage when he fights. He's really good at just ending things.
Well,
I am a real big fan of the scene of like the big burly guy like, okay, let me just take off my glasses so I can choke somebody the fuck out real
Yes. Just ominously, slowly tipping his table, picking up a chair.
So I'm going to take off my coat. I'm going to fold it neatly over the back of this chair.
Okay,
Roll
now
up
you
my
might-
sleeves while calmly telling you, I'm going to count to 5, and you have until that time to kind of rethink your life.
Take off my glasses. You're gonna get hurt.
I also like that, like, it's usually with him, he doesn't give you like a middle ground. It's either you walk away alive or you die. There's no, you limp away.
Yeah, you got to nut up or shut up, man.
Because he basically just kills anyone he actually gets in a fight with.
I really like.
It's a good way for someone not to fuck with you anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't just fight people; he just murders people.
Yeah, straight up
I should
murder.
probably not piss this guy off. It's a good reputation to have.
I liked that everybody in this book, if you're like thinking about the last book where they're going to be in 30 years, are basically exactly where you thought they were going to be.
Yeah, nothing crazy. Like
Nothing
life just kind
crazy.
of went on.
I do like how everyone
fits.
acknowledges that, like, the High Queen Therese is like, yeah, no, she prefers women.
But what if no?
But I think that's what Baez wanted, right? He's like, all right, I got puppets here. Everything's gonna be cool for a few years.
These fuckers over in the West, though, I gotta go over there and lay the
I
smack
gotta go
down.
fucking manhandle these fucks. And
really
which makes you go like, what's happening in the West?
Yeah, like, are we gonna explore that in the next book?
Well, they said that
trilogy.
2 of his other siblings rose up, right?
Which we
challenge
met
him.
one. I think we met at least one of them. She was the one that.
How many are there? 12?
There were 12. I think they've killed a few.
Kaul's definitely dead, I think, from what he was saying.
But the woman that they stayed with before they went to the island to find out, hey, there's no rock here. She's the one who's causing problems over there, along with some other dude.
Possibly. Yeah.
No, they named her. So yeah.
Oh, did he name her?
Yeah, she got name dropped.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know.
And then he
like-
name dropped the other guy. I just can't remember his fucking name.
I think Glock does. I don't know. I don't know if he's planning something or not. Like, I really like his action of like, hey, don't fucking talk to Valiant and Hulk, okay? Like,
Just
I don't
fuck
know
with
how
avoid
to.
them.
Don't fuck with them.
If
Like,
Baez
don't do it.
comes to you, just say no to whatever he does and come directly to me.
Yeah,
I think he's got something under his
really hoping so.
It just seems like the type to always have something.
exactly, and that's how the previous book ended, right? Like him scheming and thinking about how do I get
He's like,
out of underfoot.
hey, Luther, I know we don't like each other, but
Yeah.
we'll see if we can
And now you saw
undermine him a
Luther
little
die,
bit."
so it's like,
Yeah.
like
Oh, yeah, spoilers.
Game
King
is back on.
dies.
yeah,
Well, 2 kings
Yeah,
die.
Poor Giselle.
poor guy, man.
Well, I mean, he seemed happy for the most part in the end of his life.
Yeah, I mean, his overall life is probably not bad.
Yeah. Once he got settled in with like, oh yeah, I have no power. I'm just a puppet. Oh, okay, yeah, I can do
Yeah,
this.
I mean, his life was pretty easy, even though he's
My wife's hot. She gave me some kids. I boned her. She also sometimes bones other women and lets me watch. That's cool.
I don't think that part.
I know,
happens.
but you can fill in the blanks however you want.
yeah, I mean, big bummer for him.
Yeah.
Oh, they
I don't know,
confirmed
Joseph
that
Orso?
Colum West did in fact die. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, they did confirm it. Yeah.
And I kind of figured. I mean, we all
Yeah.
talked about it last
but
time.
Berger
I figured that
wasn't
was gonna
sure,
be the case.
so we had to go over it.
That
They
guy,
left it vague. I don't know.
that guy got a shitty death.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He was such a good character, and he got like the worst end of the stick.
yeah.
Poor guy.
Nice guys finished last.
I guess. I don't know. I think the book was overall enjoyable. The middle was a little.
The middle
long
was
in the tooth,
definitely
but
rough.
What was rough about the middle?
It was just
per se.
slow.
It's just a lull. Something about it just made me like not want to pay attention.
Yeah.
I actually felt that the book just progressed at a nice pace all the way through.
I think so.
Yeah, I thought it was a really, really good read from start to finish.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I enjoyed it. I mean, it helps that you have like I really enjoyed the previous book, so now I'm
Yeah,
like
we have context of things.
context to these characters, and like the first half I really enjoyed because I'm like, oh, who's this parent and who's the parent of this person and where are they? And like just trying to connect the dots. From
You're like,
the
oh yeah,
previous
that's
book to this
that
one.
dude. Oh, I like how Dan
just
Gorse
enjoyed
is
that.
still just like, yeah, no, I'm just the big guy with the kind of high pitched voice that just kicks everyone's ass.
His voice is so
was
great
funny.
in this book.
Audiobook was great.
Oh, I
It
gotta
was so
listen
good.
to what his voice sounds like in the
Yeah,
audio
it's
book.
good. It's good.
What did it sound like?
It's
Did they,
exactly
like,
what
go
you would think it would be.
Over the top. Hey guys!
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna beat your dick in now.
Yeah, and
I
you
want
get,
you to know I was holding back from pushing your shit in, bitch.
and then the way the people respond to him, like Orso, like responds to him, he's
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I couldn't train with you," but he's like the voice actor has like this kind of like shocked in how that person's voice is in his dialogue. It's really funny. He has like a hesitance to it. He's like, "Wait, you're this really?" But you can
Really?
hear it.
You're the guy that kills people instead
Yeah,
of
yeah,
just
yeah.
fighting them?
Like, you're a Kingsguard. Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm the biggest motherfucker in this lot.
I'm a real boy.
You guys want to spar?
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Orso grows because by the end of it, you realize like he realizes how kind of a shitty person he is, and he could go either way though. He could just.
Well,
like,
no, I'm pretty
lean
sure
into
it's
the
not a
shitty person.
realization that he's a shitty person. I'm pretty sure he knew the entire time he was a shitty person.
No, but
he
he's come to
admits
that
to
more.
it. But he has
He admits
a
to it
drive.
now.
He's always
more so
dude,
to it now.
from the beginning of the book. He was always saying like, no, yeah, I'm terrible. I'm a piece of shit. Da 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 da. But now he's like, oh wait, no, I think I should try and change that.
That's where the realization is.
It's not really a realization. It's more of like coming to terms.
Yeah, I think he went from like
Same thing, just said a different way.
I don't know.
So you're
he went
both
from a
right.
He went from a person who was like just okay with being slothful, then to turning into a person who's just like straight up depressed and like self-pitying. Just because like he's just like, I don't know what to do, man. I tried.
I do like how
he could go either way. He could lean into being like a garbage person, or he could lean into like, all right, maybe I should do something. I do have some power, and maybe I can.
Well, I think it's going to be
things.
the same dynamic as with like Logan and I forgot her fucking name.
I think we still hook him up with Savine.
No.
That's the
I'm
plan.
talking the freaking. I can't remember her goddamn name from the first trilogy. The one who, the fucking Candon girl. The one who Logan
you're
fucks.
Oh,
The Gurkish one?
Yeah, well, she's
Yeah.
not Gurkish. She wants to
Fair.
kill all the Gurkish.
Yeah,
Farrah
Pharaoh.
Malgin.
Yeah, so I think like honestly, if Logan and Pharaoh kind of stayed together, I think that would have worked out well for both of them. And the thing is with Orso, if he manages to stay with Rika, I think he will turn out well. And if they go their separate ways, I think it's going to go bad for him.
Wonder
Yeah.
what Pharaoh's up to during this time frame.
Who knows? She's just out killing people still.
Well, I mean, she's got she's essentially infected or possessed, right?
Yeah.
So like that's a lot of power that she's wielding in the desert.
This is a strong word. Just a person who can talk to the other side,
Yeah.
right?
Which, to the lay person would probably be like, yeah, no, they're possessed.
Yeah.
I just think it's strong language that we're using there.
I do like how both Leo and Orso, like, they want to not like each other, but they also like each other.
You just become best friends.
Yeah, it felt a little bit like that.
Also, until he boned Vika, I thought that Leo was a homo. Because like several
right?
times, like
Yeah,
several
think he is.
100%.
I think he's bi, maybe,
He's bi because he's still
or
like,
just hasn't come to terms with it.
I fucked a lot of chicks, but like I still kind of want to think about dudes. Is that gay?
Yeah.
Like that's
like, that's like
Kind of
like
what happened, yeah.
like the first time when he's introduced, he's talking about like, yeah, this guy's really good look. I was like, is Leo gay?
No, his whole like his whole internal monologue is like, I think I want to fuck a dude. Like,
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. I was like,
yeah.
oh, he really likes hanging out with dudes in a sexual way.
But there's
And
a
then,
few
like, River's
girls
like,
that he's okay with.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's just fluid about it.
I think he likes the more masculine, dominating female type. Like, I think he has a thing where it's just like,
He came to the realization that his time with Savine was like, oh, she's like my mom. That explains a lot.
I thought that killed his boner for a second. I don't remember.
It did, but he was also like, I'm not sure if I like that still or if I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he's probably bi, which is fine. Like, there's nothing. I don't have a
I
problem.
mean, the
with
queen's a
Leo at all.
lesbian, so.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, no, Leo needs to hook up with a dude and just get it and just like figure out where he stands.
He's gonna hook up with the wolf.
Yeah, there you go.
They got
Yeah.
really face to face there, and he
They
was
did
all
have
he
a
was
lot
all
of sexual
comfortable, like
energy
right
in the
there.
tent.
Yeah.
You got a point.
He was like, "I'm gonna stick you." I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What are you
They're like,
sticking it with?
he's got the knife against his neck. He's like, oh, I'm gonna stick you.
Fuck you.
Hey, we're talking about our dicks, right? Not knives.
Are we talking about a sword fight or a sword fight?
We having a cockfight?
I'm gonna stick you. Well, then what's the knife for?
There is a lot of like gotchy sexual energy between the two of them. That's true.
I think it would be a good angle for him. Just do that.
Yeah,
You like that angle of the dangle there, Chris?
Yeah, I
How'd
do.
you unite with the North? Fuck their leader.
Yeah. We're together.
2 kings of the north, one for the protectorate, and then one for the insurgerate.
I think that's the play. We wrote the next book, guys.
I'm pretty sure that one's already written. We wrote the third book.
Definitely. We've written the fan fiction, that's for sure.
Yeah. Now we need to make it canon.
We didn't even talk about my favorite character, which is the northern prisoner girl, who like is undercover for the Inquisition.
Oh yes, Vic. What was her name?
Vicka? No,
Rebecca?
no, I'm confusing with Ricka. I don't know. I like her like undercover, like yeah,
Little
I'll
double O
undercoverness.
agent.
Yeah, it was cool. It was like, oh, this is. I see how Glokta has just like infected these people, and they feel like extensions of that character, right? And it's just like I like seeing this sort of like disseminated efficiency from like Glokta's office, I guess. Because it's just like, yeah, these yokels can't fucking read. If you threaten them a lot and then just like offer them amnesty, they'll give up and it's fine. And it's just like, oh, okay, thanks. And then everybody's just like, what the fuck just happened? And it's like, somebody really competent just walked by. Did you guys see that?
Fuck, I'm really bothered by not remembering this bitch's name.
Yeah, you
I
just
don't remember.
you
any
just most
names.
recently read it
Yeah.
like this morning.
It's true.
Yeah, there's Zuri.
I feel like she's
not Valent, right?
what?
No, Valent is the
Bulk is the
bank.
bank.
Yeah, Valent. I read, dude. I finished this book like
I know it's been a couple weeks because of people.
You should timestamp this so you can cut it for all the.
No.
Yeah, I
Anyway,
mean,
the next
I don't have anything to add. I am excited for the next book
yeah.
to
Me
see
too.
where this story goes.
I don't even care about the story. I just like the sex scenes.
Okay. Well, that's one opinion. I'm excited to see.
Well, we do have to say that the sex scenes at least did evolve from like that first one we see between Logan and Pharaoh, where it's just
But
That's my favorite.
That's completely within character. Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
like
that's my favorite.
it's quick, dirty campfire. Like get this shit done. We're on the march.
Victorine, that's her name.
Okay. Yeah. So the next book I think is The Trouble with Peace.
Cool. Yeah, I'm excited to see where the story goes. I'm ready to see Baez do Baez things.
Yes.
I wasn't sure if he was
Ready
actually going to
to
show up in
Glokta
this
do
book, and then he
Glokta
just
things?
pops in.
Really, for me, it's about Baez versus Glokta at this point. Like, I want to see where them two.
Sunday. Get your tickets now. Baez versus Glokta.
For
Yeah.
the Super Slam. I don't know.
Like, I just want to see this tango. this dance.
I want Baez to get his shit pushed in, like 100%. I don't care how we get there.
And
Whatever
the
Bolshevik-
Eaters are still around. They can probably pull some shit.
Are
I
they?
bet you Glokta.
Dude, they mentioned the
knows where
Eaters like
Bloody
several
Nine is.
times.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, but they don't know anything because fucking Baez like
Baez
completely
things.
fucked shit up. Did Baez
Yeah.
things. He
You
went
think
scorched earth, motherfucker.
Yeah.
You think he
Not
knows where
scorched earth
Logan's at?
enough.
I think Glokta knows where Logan's at. He's just keeping in his back pocket.
I don't know how you'd make that connection. But
I just
okay.
feel like that's something Glokta would know. Like, he would, like, keep a track
Maybe
of.
Jezel knew and got Glokta involved, and he was like, "Hey, this dude, I know you probably don't like him, but he's a bro."
Yeah, because Glokta lives off information. And I feel like he's like, all right, I need guys to kind of, like, make sure that this guy's dead kind of thing.
Maybe.
And then he's all the way planning, right? He's like, all right, I'm going to
You know what? I'm kind of surprised
I
did
feel,
not.
I just feel like the North is a blind spot for Glocta, though.
Yeah. But
It
you
might
know,
be or it might not.
you know what I
Anymore.
felt was kind of like that. I'm surprised didn't show up in the book was the Sword of the Maker, because in the end of the last trilogy, he drops the sword before he jumps out the window.
Yeah, so you would think Black Dow would have it.
Yeah, like Black
I mean,
Dow,
I mean, he
somebody
might
from the
still have
north, somebody from the north, I figured
Black
would
Dow
have it.
still might have it.
I think Black
Could
Dow
it be that
died.
that one trader guy has it?
Which
The
one?
like sword tutor guy? I forget his name.
Oh,
'cause I forget
Clover?
all names.
Clover?
Yeah. I don't know. You use different pronunciations than the audiobook, but I think you're right. So yeah, I think like I don't know, because I think he was there, right? They were saying like he was part of this whole thing, and then he went off and did his own thing. Like if he took it after the killing of Black Dow, and used it to like teach swordsmanship, it could be that it's like his sword.
Yeah.
You're like over romanticizing swords, though, Andy.
Well, I mean, no,
Like,
that's
this
so.
is,
Well,
like-
that sword was very specifically, like, yeah, he's like, I don't have to sharpen it.
It's
Fucking
not
just
the
cuts.
chosen sword of prophecy. It's just like one of many swords that were made by the Maker.
Yeah, but all the ones that were made by the Maker were pretty much locked in that tower of the Maker. That's the one sword he brought out with
No,
him.
he had it in his warehouse. Baez did. It was just. At,
Oh, that's
like,
right.
where-
It was in his warehouse that he got it. It was the axe type thing that they got at the Tower of the Maker.
Yeah. Like Baez just like had it lying around. Like it wasn't, you know, the fuckener, the sword of fucking.
I mean, it did do a lot of fucking.
Curse to bring the fucking to the land. Like it wasn't like the prophesied sword that the Messiah has to carry in to the middle of Jerusalem to unleash zombie Baez. Like it. I don't understand your focus on the sword.
The fact that the sword doesn't have to be oiled, sharpened, anything like that. It pretty much cuts through most material relatively easily. That's kind of a pretty good thing for a sword, not gonna lie.
Yeah, but like the Maker made things, and he just like I'm sure there's like a bunch of them just lying around in Baez's closet. Like I don't think that there was anything specifically special.
In Baez's closet is not accessible to everyone, while that sword being left in a region where people like to fucking have wars. It seems like that would be a pretty interesting weapon for someone to have if they want to be in power.
I did a quick Wikipedia on it. I know who has it.
Who has it?
All right, I'll read what Wikipedia says. Logan's sword, a simple, solid-looking sword that's dull and gray, but incredibly sharp despite needing no sharpening. It sat in Northern Library years before Logan picked it up. The sword later belonged to Black Dow, then called Shivers.
I had a
Shivers
feeling
has it.
Shivers would have it.
Okay, so Shivers has had it the whole time. That's fine.
There we go.
Is Shivers undead, or is he just like missing an eye?
He's just missing an eye, and he's old,
Okay.
and just kind of just like. "Arr."
He reminded me of the I don't know, the Stark uncle undead guy. If you know what,
Oh, Benjen Stark?
yeah.
No, Benjen was like at least a likable person. This guy's just like the only person who likes him is Rika.
Yeah, he's likable. There you go. I mean, Benjen Stark's whole thing is that like, oh, you know, he's a decent guy, and then he died, and now he's just like kind of cool with the children of the forest. And this is like maybe the northern magics, the goddess of the moon smiled upon him, and so he's like a half zombie thing. I don't understand like why he doesn't have a personality, because like Shivers had a kind of a personality in the previous books, and this one is just like,
Yeah, he's old and he's bitter, and all he's fucking known is just war.
I guess, yeah, I mean,
And the
like,
one
that's
person he really wanted to kill, Logan, didn't get to kill him.
It's true.
So he's just bitter.
Yes, I guess,
Some people are just that simple.
yeah.
I mean, are Northmen really complicated? They seem like they're very simple-minded.
Listen, Northmen are like onions, okay?
They got many
So
layers.
they're like Shrek.
Yeah.
All
They
right.
have layers.
Anything else?
You don't think the dog man loves his daughter as much as his garden? Like, he has layers, man.
Jesus Christ. I thought it was a good book. Great read, beginning to end.
Thanks for wrapping it all up there, Nate. Yeah, Trouble with Peace.
Next
Peace.
book.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Or are there any wrenches you're gonna throw into the mix here, Chris? You don't have any like random vacations that you don't recall all of a sudden?
I mean, it's very possible I have to end up going to Idaho.
Yeah, and I stay busy on Saturdays, most days.
So
And Burger's
let's just end
schedule's
it, and then
gonna
we can
change.
talk about
Yeah.
logistics after.
All right. Bye.